Hello and welcome to my shop. This is Jim Dedman, Sawlogs Plastic Hubs. Hope you enjoyed today's video. We'll be doing something interesting, so hang around, let's have fun. This is Jim. Good morning. We're doing voiceover because of some issues with the microphone. You're looking at the start of this project today, and basically what this is a center drill holder that I'm going to cut a Marsh taper in for a larger center drill that I have that I've had some issues with that don't chuck properly. Instead of doing like John Mills and using a drill and a needling it, we're using a piece of cold roll. This is actually a piece of flea market material. So what you're seeing is obviously facing and knocking the corner of the burrs off and all. So hopefully you will enjoy today's video. So with no further ado, I'm going to let myself finish filing and we'll move right on. This is where I'm going to be center drilling the part. And I've just brought the center drill up. There's that great camera work of the handle in the way where you can't see it. And that's real smart. Here's the center drill that I'm going to be using in this holder that I was showing. This actually has two flats. You can't hardly get a hold of the thing in the chuck because it'll make it have runouts. So that's why I'm building this holder so I can use this large center drill. Now I'm going to go ahead and start drilling the hole that you can't see the center drill. And we're going to drill it, using my oil cup there that I featured. That's my prototype version 1.0. And then after you see that, you'll see the handle come back here in just a second as soon as the drill's done. And here we go, the handle's backing up. We're backing out, and we have a center drilled hole. Okay, now I'm showing turning this to rough OD down. And I've done a little experimentation with this setup. Basically what I've done is I've gotten down a boring bar that I've used for turning. Again, it's a clearance issue between the tool holder and the centers with this type setup. A lot of times I'll use a D&MG or a VNMG tool for this, but I was just again experimenting a little bit. All I'm doing is getting it turned down to a rough size. Basically it's going to be the size that the finished end's going to be and the center. So basically what I've done is went ahead and just centered this thing up and cut, machining it to the point that I'm going to be ready to use it there, and hopefully that get this turned down. So you're going to see, there we go, I'm coming out right now, so there it is. Okay, I started drilling this and had a little issue, repositioned it. So I am right now re-drilling this, finishing the drill depth up. This is just basically, I'm just drilling this with the 1/2 inch hole that fits this center drill. I'm not trying to ream or get, as long as it's in there and holds it. We're going to put 2 set screws in this thing eventually, and so there was no need for that. So this is basically me drilling this hole, and I'm basically doing the drilling process, explaining, drilling. But this is evidently, this particular piece of steel evidently is something like a 1018. It machined really well, despite the fact I don't know what it was. And it drilled pretty easily. If you notice, the drill seems to be doing a really good job backing it out, using, trying to keep plenty of lube on it, trying to keep it oiled there. You noticed I do not have the digital. I just use an indicator and a stand for my drill work. Most of the things I do, that's sufficient enough. I keep just thinking about going back and doing one of the digital ones like a lot of the YouTubers have. And it's probably on my list of things to do, but quite frankly, I make out really well with the setup that I'm using. So, all right, now that I've finished that, we're just showing you where we're putting the drill in, shows you how it's fitting and all that. So now this concludes all the lathe work that I did, and hopefully soon enough you will be able to see some actual video with the sound with it as it goes. Again, I'm showing some more of the real work and got my grand hand in the way. So I hope you enjoyed my voiceover and give me some feedback on how this turned out. Thank you. Don't pay attention to the writing you see on there. That's from the last mill job. I haven't wiped it off. I'm just going to drill. I'm going to put 1032 screws in this to hold it, 2 of them on the flats. And what I did, instead of boring you spending video time, I just took my drill and a piece of paper, about the center here, about the front. Just basically laid this out with a set of calipers to scale. Decided where I wanted this to hit, about the approximate center of this, and that's where we're going to put the first. We're going to spot drill it, and we're going to center drill it, tap it. I'll say this while I'm drilling this out. I've actually resisted making these things because, in a way, you know, it's easier just to change the center drill than lathe. But this larger center drill I've got, and it may have came from Eaton. I forgot where it come from now, but it's got these flats on it, and it won't grab in the chuck good. Now what I'm going to do to save some trouble, I'm going to show you a little trick. Instead of grabbing a deburr tool, put my chamfer on, I'm just going to take this larger drill bit and put me a little chamfer just like that. That way I don't have to move the head as much. I'll still got to move it when I set the tap up. This is a new purchase I've had for a while and I hadn't tried it out. You know, I'm not one who likes to tap too much with these smaller taps on my power tap, because with the 1032 or what, especially these smaller like 1032s, you don't have the control. And I picked this tap wrench up. This is an import, but it's from Kit's. Sells it, in case you're wondering who I got it from. Kit's Industrial Supply. They advertise in Home Shop Machinist, and this was in one of their sale flyers in one of the issues of the magazine a while back. Probably seen it in the slot in the shop. And it's got a piloted guide, so for tapping on the mill or drill press, either one, then it's just ideal. And yeah, we're through good. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to take all this out and pull my tap wrench out. I get the tap wrench to come loose. There it comes. Then I'm going to get a square here in just a second. And we're just going to turn it 180 or 90 and use a square. Forgot something, and then I dawned on me, so I got my new vice stop out, so I could just rotate it like that. And I'm just going to lay this square right here flat, and that'll be this. That way we can turn this thing, get that exact 180, and we'll have us a look-see on the other side, see if it looks parallel to the chuck. Yep, that's it. I'm about to forget about my stop here. Let me make sure I'm up against it. Had to get it out and forgot about it. Make tools and forget you got them. Huh. Okay, this is the setup, and I got to admit, it's always fun to do this. I bought this taper thing here off of eBay, and it's already set up to do a Mars Taper 3 because it's the last thing I did with it. And the only way I can get it to work is do what I have. This is just way, way thick. Makes it very difficult to work with, but we're going to make the best out of it. And that's all we can do. Take us a little cut and see what happens. And I've already used this once and made a tool with it, so I'm already pretty comfortable with my setup here. So This is kind of the way I had to do it before, is use a boring bar and just make sure that I had to use this boring bar to get the clearance that I needed. Let me get just a tad bit of grease to put on that, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm doing the last pass right now that I'm going to do. It's just a hair bit smaller than I want it to be down at the bottom here. But we're going to go ahead, if we have to, we've got some extra length, so we're going to do some trial fitting and see what we come up with. So let's just get us all out of here and see what we got. I'll bring you back. I kind of made a bozo, but I was able to salvage it. What happened is I cut it, just missed my numbers by just a little bit down here at the edge. Fortunately, there was enough length in it to allow it to lock right up. So we're good to go. What I done was just trim the edge off. So that's what we got. There it is. It's fitted right in there, just as neat as you can be. And that's just like I say, I don't forgot where I got that larger center drill. Can't remember. I'm thinking this larger center drill must have come out of some I got from when I worked at Eaton. And it just will not work in a chuck. I've grabbed it up many times. So I was just playing around with a piece of steel and decided to come up with this. So, well, it's sort of like Doubleboost holder there. So it's just out of a piece of scrap steel I got laying around. Something, a little simple project. Normally I don't like to do this because it's actually more trouble, but till you get this center drill into use, it may be a good thing. I hope you enjoyed the video. So let's put a disclaimer out of the way. This video is my idea how to do things. It's not the only way. So I hope you enjoyed it today. The other thing, comments are always welcome. Please take the time, if you feel so inclined, to make a comment on my videos. Also, I appreciate all my subscribers, the new ones and the new ones. And finally, the other disclaimer. This is a copyrighted production of James Dedman, Sawlogs Plastic Hubs, for your enjoyment on YouTube. Thank you. Have a great day, and we will see you in the next video.